G'day guys and welcome back to Jeans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So back in the LGE again, and today we're hitting with that Android Cell Saga only team. So this is what I've elected to go with. Couple stackers, fair bit of offense, couple of transformations. So let's jump right on into it. So what I will say before I start this event is you can certainly go very close to doing this with a full free-to-play unit team. If you don't have Cell, you can go in and use the free-to-play Krillin from the Battlefield Memories, and he's a 120% leader skill for Android Cell Saga, and then you are able to use both the free-to-play androids and the free-to-play Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta and Trunks once you've easy A'd them, and that's certainly a team that will get this event done. Obviously, you have to fill that last slot, but those all five of those units stack defense indefinitely, so they will be huge in getting that done. So that's just something to keep in mind. This is the team that I've elected to go with, just because I've got some OP units available to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to float off Goku and Gohan here, and we're going to get them on rotation with the SS2 Gohan. So good thing we put Cell in this first slot here. We get a bit of a heal off as well, and so that'll be one rotation. Then the other rotation will be these two Cell units together. Just because they link so crazily well together. So not a great deal of links of active here, but what we do get is we'll just do that. We'll get stacking from both the Gohan and the Piccolo. Gohan stacks extremely quickly, but the Piccolo will be good to get in as many supers early on into the event as we can. He's definitely an underrated unit. The Piccolo doesn't fit into a great deal of categories, especially because the Namekian category's been shafted so badly. Would love to see them introduce a couple more Namekian characters. I don't know how they would go about doing it, but the Nail and this Piccolo is so good that it's hard to not have them in teams. It does really hurt seeing them being unable to be used. But we'll put the Friends Cell in this first slot because it was rainbowed with pretty much full link level 10s. There was only the one link that was 9, but that wasn't Big Bad Bosses. And as we know, Big Bad Bosses is the most important link overall. It can certainly be justified as the best link in the game. So to have that link level 10 is very important. There we go, easy finish, and we'll fix our rotation here. We'll have the Gohan and the Goku lined up together, as you can see there, sharing pretty much all the links. So that works perfect, and that'll be one of our rotations that we keep throughout the whole event. Just getting lots of key extra attack and defense to this Gohan is just such a booster, because we know he's going to have the defense, but it's that extra attack that really bolsters the team. So you would have seen this Goku, I haven't really put any work into Link. I don't use him extremely often, so he's not one of the units that I'll be grinding out too soon, but you never know. He is quite handy in these longer events, so could certainly link him up one day. My Piccolo is unfortunately only 55%. Did actually only get him from summoning with the Memorial Stone tickets, so otherwise wouldn't have had him at all. But he was very happy to see him pull up in my summons. He's a great unit. One thing with this team is going with the double Cell leaders, you will get the +8 key from the leader skills, because he's got the +4 on each of them, and you can really see that when you're firing off these supers. Oh, they're getting off the double heal, not that we really need. It just, while you still want all of your units to be linking well together, because especially after the link level update, these links are so important, but what it does give you is, actually we might switch that. Yeah, we'll just go like that. We'll take the type advantage. We might get hit a bit harder there, but what it does give you is the versatility to, even though units may not link the best, you're able to still get off those super attacks. And when that comes down to the whether you're getting off a stack or not, it can be so vital to building your units up early on in an event. But the other thing to look at is the health on this team. If you look down the bottom after this super, you'll see it's about 560k, which is getting on the higher end of the health bar spectrum. So 540k, sorry. But yeah, that's just a really good number. So we might even get off a Dokkan attack here. Thankfully, the game realised that that left-hand side was going to open up more orbs for me. And there we go. Yep, so pretty early on to be getting off a Dokkan attack. But it is what it is. You can't really help those type of things. And we may as well get the finish here now. We'll get the heal off as well for getting the big super. Big 18 key super. As I've said in other videos, some people might not realise, but the more damage you deal out with these Dokkan attacks equates to how much health you're getting back. So being able to get your units that's going to do the most damage to be the one attacking is really important. Not at this stage, obviously, because we had stuff all health taken away from us, but yeah, it is just something to consider. So looking at the defenses here, even though it is type disadvantage, the AGL Gohan's going to tank that for nothing. Well, should tank that for nothing, as you would have seen. He had 350k defense, and that was before this stack. And remembering mine is rainbowed with 4 additional, so we're certainly was hoping for another stack, but that's all right. I guess we don't want to wear down GOKU too quickly. We want to get off as many stacks with this GOKU as possible. If you are building him up at the moment, remembering to go full additional with him. After his EZA, he's raising his defense and he's lowering enemy attack. So the more supers you can get off, the better, for sure. So we'll do it like this. Get off the big 18 key there, 18 key there, and what's that? Gives us 3, 6, 8 versus that's only going to give us 5. So we'll take that, and we should probably finish GOKU off this rotation, if I'm honest. Int Cell is, after this link level update, is so good. Look at that, with no items active, tanking GOKU for 2.7k, when GOKU is certainly one of the harder hitting tech bosses in the game, and he's tanking him for nothing. So anyways, I could have gone with a 12 key here, and I could have healed up anyways, but that wasn't going to be a concern. And as you can see, not a great deal of damage there, but here's where we'll get that finish with the type advantage. So as we go onto GOKU, onto Super Saiyan Blue, here the only issue is that we don't have a real go-to tech unit. Look, we're going to get a little bit of damage from the Goku and Gohan, but by no means are they going to do anything spectacular for us. We'll be relying on the cells and this AGL Gohan to really be pumping out the damage for us, which this Gohan always does, especially at link level 10. He's crazy. And yeah, if you've watched a lot of these run-throughs that I have done, anytime you can bring Gohan into this event, you just do it because he's so overpowered. Such a versatile unit. So there we go, 557k. Still no additionals with him, which is a bit sad, but we really need to stack up this Piccolo as well, which is hard to do when you've got him off rotation, but it's hard to argue to put him on rotation at this point because you're just getting such good value from either the cells. We're not getting off his super there, which is sad because that Gohan needs his super to greatly raise his attack and defense. Otherwise, he's a bit of a liability on this team and in the LGE. But come the last stage against MUI with the type advantage, the greatly raise, he's quite good. Here we go, 126k, little bit of damage, but as you can see, we're still at 416k or something like that. So still got plenty of health, and we're getting heals off here too. So there we go, back up to 470. That's why the Fizz cell can be so handy in this, because you're getting off that healing without needing to pop an item. So if we go that into that, and then we'll just get off his 12 key. So look at that, 4.5 million, well, all but 4.6 million. This is such a good unit. And getting off the additional, I do wish I'd gone a bit more towards crit on his build, just because he stacks up his defense so quickly anyway. But we'll actually have a look at his defense next rotation, and we'll see how crazy it is. The other thing with that Gohan is you can put on, say, depending on the equips you've got, but you could certainly put on a healing equip on him, like a silver equip, and you'll just be getting back to full health every turn. So I know a lot of people would say to make the most of an additional or a crit on him, but you can certainly get a lot of value from his healing because his defense is always so high. So we'll just go that into, it's not really going to matter because we're not going to get off. I can't imagine we're going to get off Piccolo's attack. I'd say we'll get the finish with one of these two cells, depending on crits and that type of thing. And then we'll be on to strong UI, which will be a good rotation for us. Oh, there we go. We're getting that there anyway. So that'll be a good rotation for us because we are going to have AGL Gohan straight up. So be able to deal a good amount of damage first up. The only thing is that Fizz Gohan does need to be protected. Just trying to think. That's 3 attacks, and then 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 attacks in the second slot? I believe it is. So we'll just go like that. We'll send out. Just looking at that defense, 160k is nothing phenomenal, but that's 640k from the AGL Gohan's just off the charts. He's gonna, hopefully we're really hoping he's the one that gets supered, because he's gonna tank that for absolutely nothing. But we need to start getting additionals for this. Well, that sucks. Quite unlucky that we haven't been able to get off any additionals or anything for that GOKU. Just because he does have those lower stats, he needs the additionals to really bump up his defense. But as you just saw, we got a huge crit there, took off a lot of health for UI. So that was good. We'll just go like that. And we might actually just take the 12 key super heal there. We're not too worried about these guys doing damage. As you can see, awesome defense from Cell there with the Link level 10. Mine are only around 5 to 7, I believe, so not the same value that we're going to get from that friend Cell. And then we're getting our heal off here, which didn't really matter if it hit or not, because it's not going to do any damage for us. Yeah, 230k, which is not much at all. But there we go, we got another hit here with Cell, so that's going to lower his defense even further. And this will be interesting to see how well we take this hit. 280k. So we got pretty close to biting the bullet there. What we'll do is we'll fire off that. That gets us off a little bit of healing. Just not going to risk it. We'll just pop an Android 8 and that'll fill up that health bar for us. And then unfortunately, to get off his super, we've got to take that with Piccolo. Would have preferred to have been able to go with the leaving those in orbs for Cell on next rotation, getting off a big 18 key super. But look, it is what it is, because you want this Piccolo to be getting off his super so that he's able to stack for us. But maybe this is the turn. We get an additional for Goku. Really hoping so. Nope, still nothing. A bit depressing, if I am brutally honest. But that's alright. He's slowly building. We will take him off rotation for the last stage, I'd say, and we'll leave Piccolo on rotation. We'll just go in with that. We'll get the 12 keys heal off. And that, hopefully that times us well with the Dokkan attack. Hopefully we can pop that Dokkan attack early into the UI stage. Unlucky not to hit with Eve. Well, that first attack was the one that we wanted to hit, because we wanted the that link 10 cell to be doing damage for us. Remember, we've got an Android 8 active here. This will still hurt. Upwards of 200k. Oh no, 174. Tank that not too badly. So this is hard, because we don't want to activate this Dokkan attack now. So I'm treading very carefully. And we're hoping that Gohan's... If Gohan can hit here, that'll be the finish of him. Yep, awesome. So this should finish him just now. It was a big, like, 21 key super, so... Yep, awesome. And we move on to the next stage. We would have had to have been very close to getting off the transformation of Cell. Here's where Piccolo gives us that super attack launched warning. So we'll just pop that, and we'll get off a big 24 key super pretty much. What to do here is the question. We might just take those. We'll get off an 18 key. We've got that type advantage there. And then, yeah, we'll just stack up Piccolo again. So, Princess Snake active. That's the reason we didn't take her. Great. Well, yes, this cell does tank pretty well. But at this point of the event, MUI is hitting pretty hard. So, unless you do have type advantage, even units that have been stacking for a while are still going to take a pretty considerable amount of damage. Chose this cell to get off his Dokkan attack just because his damage output's going to be so much higher than the other two. To still 3 million's nothing spectacular, I will say. A crit would have been very nice there. But there you go, 143k on the super with a Princess Snake active. The good thing about getting off our Dokkan attack though is that we're going to get that heal. So we're going to go into next rotation with full health, no matter how much damage we cop here. But yeah, we're not going to do a great deal damage here with Piccolo. But again, we're going to stack him, and he does have type advantage. So he would have been tanking very nicely on this stage. Would have been cool to have ran him with a... with a Namekian unit, because then you're going to be able to get off his transformation, his fusion with Kamian. While that transformation is, it's no good for this event, but for other events it is, I guess it's a fun thing to use, because you're not going to go into many events with multiple Namekians, and then it's just so he's a unit that you're not going to use much of, and then that's just a transformation that nobody really sees that often because he isn't being used. So it's certainly, if you bring him into an event with Nail, and might I add that Nail and this Piccolo both stack, Nail stacking attack and defense, so he's crazy good as well. So if you can certainly make some fun team builds with those two, that will be quite effective. So another thing that is quite effective is this Gohan in this last stage. At least that's 6 super attack, level 6. So that's why his damage isn't isn't that special there. We'll just pop an Icarus. Just for no point risking one of these cells getting hit for a big super and just derailing it for us. We may as well just pop the item, pop the safety net, and we'll get through this pretty well unscathed. Remembering that we'll get that heal in the middle slot from Fizz cell. So this is quite a good rotation, especially earlier on in the event. This is a good rotation. As you can see, we got the nice crit there. So I'd say this will be around about the same damage we copped last time, so about 150k. Oh no, there we go. Just shows that extra 5%, doing wonders for us from the Icarus rather than the Princess Snake. Reminder, Icaruses are regularly available in the barbershop, so every time I see them in there, I do go purchase them. They come in packs of 5, 10, 15, so keep an eye out for them. I've got like 500 of them at this stage. They're just so handy. Well, that's a perfect rotation for us there. We'll get that off. I mean, perfect attacking rotation, sorry. And then we'll do that. Yeah, because then that splits. It didn't work out. I was trying to get a nicer orb arrangement for next rotation, but it didn't split how I thought it was going to. Would love for Gohan to get supered here, just so you guys can see that he's taking no damage, as well as dealing out pretty good numbers at this stage of the event, like 1.3 million. The crit would have really helped us on the cause there, but with that, you're taking nothing from MUI, which is one of the harder hitting units in the, well, not units in the game, but enemies in the game. And then Piccolo doing well there too. So, actually, we did have we had the Icarus active then, which is something to consider. I had forgotten that. Guess we'll do that, and we'll open up those tech orbs on the other side. So no items active here. So 13k. He's probably the one that we want to get hit on this rotation when we do have no items active. This will probably be about 100, 140. So we weren't able to get off the super with Gohan, unfortunately. So his defense hasn't been raised. So he's quite vulnerable. That's nice to get a crit there, because we were getting the heal as well. So I had only used his 12 key super to make sure we got off that heal, just in case we got whacked pretty hard. Got a crit there too, so is the Icarus still active? It must be. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. But nevertheless, Gohan get off another one of those big 24 keys. Take that, and then this. So he could certainly. I should have checked Gohan's defense actually, just to show you guys. Probably would have been up around 1 million if I was to take a guess, but there we go, no dodge there. So this will go very close to finishing him MUI off. There we go. There's the finish. So a really strong team here. All of those units, they gel pretty well together, and they really come together to smash out events like the Legend Goku event. So Android Saga and Cell Saga, done and dusted. Hope you guys all find the video useful. Let me know what teams you used to complete the event down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.